Hello and welcome back to Green Hill Garage. Today's video we're going to be working on our mule again. This thing decided to blow a head gasket on us. We had it running, we fixed the oil leak on it a few months back, and it only ran for about a week before it blew the head gaskets, and I've had it parked ever since then just because I haven't had any time to work on it. But me and Daytona here, we're going to get to work on it. We got to pull the carburetor. We've got to pull both cylinder heads and get ready to pull those gaskets. This is not the first time this blew a head gasket. When I bought it, I think the head gaskets were blown when I replaced them, but I'm starting to wonder if the heads or the block isn't warped. So we're going to definitely want to check that out. So we'll get started on it. Be real simple. It's just pulling these 3 bolts here. I'll set you guys a time lapse, and we're just going to start taking the top end off. But it shouldn't take us too long. I got to drain the coolant and drain the oil. So I'll get started on that, guys, and I'll see you once we get the top end of the motor off. Alright, so me and Daytona here, we got the top end off. Carburetor's all lifted up. So now we're just going to be pulling. There's 4 nuts to hold on this exhaust here, and then we got 4 bolts and nuts to hold this exhaust patch on here, our exhaust pipe. Then we'll be able to pull this, lift these 2 heads off. As you can see, we got an oil leak up here, so I got to figure out what's going on there. But yeah, everything came off pretty good. I just drained the antifreeze just by pulling this hose here. It's lower than the heads, so that should drain it out far enough so we don't get any more coolant out of the heads when we pull them. But I'll have a drip pan under there anyway, so it's probably not a big deal. But yeah, so I'll get those exhausts pulled, and then we'll get ready to lift off the heads. Okay, so I got all the head bolts off of this rear head, and I got all the bolts loose from this intake manifold. So what we're going to do is just grab this intake manifold, see if we can't pry it off, which it actually seems like it's on there pretty darn good. So let me grab something to pry on that with. Cat's still here, just resting away. Not a care in the world. Okay, that's really on there. I'll check one last time to see if there wasn't a bolt, but I think what's holding it on there is the Permatex that I use. So I'll check one last time. We'll see if we can get this pulled. So the whole head lifted off before this came loose. This is really stuck on there. I forgot how well Permatex holds, but it did a pretty good job of holding on. I don't see well, maybe there was a leak there. It's hard saying if we had a leak between our coolant passage, but I kind of doubt it. This thing wasn't using coolant, but it looks like we did get some coolant in our rear cylinder, so we need to bleed that out. Here you go, kitty cat. Have you hold on to that for me. Okay, so I guess I'll spin this motor over here and bleed that out. And then all we gotta do to push out these rocker arms, or not rocker arms, sorry, push rods. To drop these push rods, you'll just push down with your hand like so, and then let the push rod here fall off to the side. And then, well, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but basically you'll just push down and then grab the push rod here and just pull it up, and that'll get prevent those from getting bent when we lift off the head. So I'll get these bolts off, get those push rods out, and we'll lift off this head. Alright guys, I got the heads all sanded down. I took a straight edge, measured them, they all look pretty good. Not sure where they would have popped at, but I got them both cleaned up. Sorry, I got the deck cleaned up here on the block, and I also cleaned up the heads. So I just have a little bit, looks like down here, that old gasket left, so we'll get that cleaned off, and then I'll get the new head gaskets on, and we'll bolt down these heads. Well, boys and girls, I got the motor all together, at least for the top ends, enough to fire up so I can check for leaks. And I think I found where Ricky the pack rat has been. We had a rat, I think, of some kind in one of our boxes. I found a nest, but then I didn't find a rat or anything. And I think he got shipped over in something that I ordered. I had a couple of big boxes come from a warehouse. And I think this is where he's been, because as soon as this motor just started to light off, all this came blowing out of this tube here. Somebody's definitely had a nest in here. Could be just a mouse, but this looks like pack rat. So gotta vacuum all this out, and then we'll get this motor finished. But I kind of took a break. My hands got all greasy. I didn't want to touch my phone, but I put the heads back on, put this valve cover on, and just threw the carburetor on here, see if it would fire up. And it fired up and ran for about 5 seconds before I noticed all this blowing out here. So I figured I better vacuum this out, figure out what Ricky the pack rat is up to in there. So yeah, I'll get to work on that, guys, and we'll see you after I finish vacuuming. Okay guys, so I got it running, and of course our oil leak is back. We have absolutely massive oil leak going on. Same spot, from what I can tell. Has to be. So I gotta pull that cover again. It's a good thing I didn't put it all back together. So what we'll do is we'll pull that off and then put a new seal in it. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here. I've got to pull the oil seal. I have another video on how to do it. My phone's running out of storage, and the issue we've been having is our internet is just dog slow. I don't know how many megabytes per second its upload speed is, but I can't even get anything to upload to the cloud. For some reason, well, this video is not going to be especially long, but it's going to take probably 2 days just to get it uploaded. That's how slow our upload speed is. So yeah, it's going to take a while. I'm going to end the video here. My phone's overloaded. But thank you all for watching. This thing is going to be running again. I'll get some more videos of it here pretty soon of us actually using it once I get that oil leak fixed. But again, thank you all for watching. I want to say a huge thank you to our subscribers, all 400 of you. I'm going to do a 400 subscriber special here pretty quickly. So again, thank you all for subscribing. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification button so you don't miss anything. And you all remember to hit that like button as well so we can get noticed. And you all have a great day.